people? This is Bring It Muscle Cars, and I'm Matt. And this is TJ, and we got Kenny hiding out behind the camera. Come on, man, why you gotta be like that? Today, we're gonna talk about TJ's Mustang. TJ, tell us a little bit about your Mustang and the project that we're gonna be working on.
So this car was my first car. I got it when I was 16, 10 years ago. So its entire life, it's been nothing but bolt-ons as far as power mods go. The build already has a 03 Cobra IRS, independent rear suspension, full tilt buggy racing, bushing kit, trailing arms, everything. So it's built to handle all sorts of power. It's got a Torsen T2R differential out of the Boss 302S race car, Ford Racing 410s, Ford Racing diff cover, so that thing's built. Up front we've got a T3650 built by Ben Calamer Transmissions. It's got a full G-Force gear set in it, so it's good for 1,000 horsepower, and it has a McLeod Super Street Pro clutch for the 26 spline input shaft with a billet chromoly racing flywheel. So,
And you got a Cobra front end on it.
we're getting there.
Oh,
And
sorry.
then moving forward, it's got a JLT intake, it's got a MagnaFlow Catted X, but the cats are gutted. Corsa mufflers in the Bassani catback for the IRS. As you can tell, it's got an 03 Cobra front bumper, it's got 03 Cobra AFS 18-inch replica wheels on it, and 03 Cobra brakes on all four corners that I got as part of the purchasing the IRS. It's got Maximum Motorsports caster camber plates as well as their Bilstein coilovers with Cobra R shocks in the rear and Bilstein sports in the front. So it's set up for going fast around corners, but it's not going to be a slouch in a straight line when we're done with it.
What year is it again?
2002. So that means it's a good old-fashioned two-valve boat anchor at the moment.
So TJ, tell us about what we're gonna be working on over the winter.
So pretty much you can find a couple guides online on how to build your own blower kit. Usually using a used head unit and
Which
buying
type of
parts.
blower kit are we going with?
We're going with a Vortex. So it's a centrifugal supercharger, belt driven, looks like a turbo. So pretty much I found a guy locally here in York, Pennsylvania that actually did Mustang things with his Mustang and wound up in the guardrail, totaled his Mustang. So I thought
guys. Gotta love them.
yeah. So I bought the blower, the bracket, the pulley with an idler pulley already on there, mass airflow meter, twin fuel pumps with the stock fuel hat, all from this guy for $1,400.
Nice.
And then bought a CX Racing intercooler kit. They have their own website. They do a lot of intercoolers for a lot of bolt-on applications, and they just so happen to make one for the Vortec for a 2-valve GT that you just bolt right on after you have the supercharger and everything like that. So that I got for on Black Friday, $475 shipped. And if you want to do it, you know that you're just going to bolt it on and just run it on your stock block, you can go ahead and just get a SVT focus pump and a set of 03 Cobra injectors for probably about $200 for the pair of those things. Drop them all in, and you're good till about 425 horsepower, which is going to max out your block.
But that's not good enough, right? Because on this channel, what do?
We bring it.
We bring it.
So what we did is I went to Woodbine Motorsports, Tim Walsh and JJ. They hooked me up with a Deechworks 340 liter per hour in-tank fuel pump. I've got 78-pound injectors, which is double the size of an 03 Cobra injector. They're going in. We're also doing from Lethal Performance a Dash 8 AN fuel line upgrade, as well as probably some fuel rails. So that way we're going to be running the 85.
Nice.
So we're going to have a flex fuel capable vehicle. I'm going to have to make two tunes because unfortunately this is an early car, it's 2002. So it doesn't have flex fuel capabilities, but
Neither does mine.
So I'll be able to switch back and forth between 93 and the 85.
What kind of gas mileage do you get now?
Right now, if I'm on a trip, I'm averaging about 25.
You're gonna get like 10 on the 85. If you're
Well, I'm going to be actually tuning the car myself. I have a friend who has the SVT Advantage software. So I'm gonna be tuning the car. I can borrow his laptop.
I'm excited to see this.
This is gonna be fun.
Not
This
gonna
is-
lie.
It's gonna be a challenge, but you know, what are we doing? Bringing muscle cars?
We bring it, and he's gonna bring it.
So what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna, you know, with tuning the car myself, I'm gonna
Right.
try to make, with the 85, you can actually run a little bit leaner
Yeah.
on your cruising, just because of the fact that it's got, the 85's got 105 octane for those of you that don't know. So it has a little bit more detonation resistance, so you can run it a little leaner, to hopefully make up for the difference in fuel economy. I mean, on a long trip, if I run the 85 on a long trip, I might be able to get, you know, 17, 18 out of it. It's not gonna be that bad. They say it
Yeah,
requires
I'm
30% more
surprised.
fuel.
Yeah.
So 25 times 3/10 would be 7.5, so drop it down to 17, 18 miles a gallon.
Well, once you put that Vortec down there, you won't be getting 25 miles per gallon anymore.
We'll see,
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, when I hit,
With those big injectors, we'll see. Yeah.
so, but should be a fun build. Actually,
Yeah.
on Saturday, we're actually picking up a 97 Lincoln Mark 8 motor, which, for those of you who don't know, actually is the Texan block. It's the strongest aluminum block Ford's ever built. So we're gonna be pulling off the 4-valve components, and we're gonna be building a dirt nasty 2-valve.
All right.
So it's gonna be a pretty awesome project. That's gonna be over the next year though. Or if I blow up the stock bottom end, which also is a very good possibility because
He's
it's
gonna
rods are weak.
bring it.
So if it's brought and it breaks, well, at least I have a block that I can start building. Because more than likely the rods are gonna put a window in the block because they want to come out and say, hey.
Hopefully we get that on video.
Hopefully. So, but yeah, it should be a pretty fun build. I'm shooting for about 400 wheel. If I can get 420 out of it, out of stock manifolds, it'll be a pretty good.
You don't have long tooth on this, right?
No, it's stock exhaust manifolds. So with the E85, and actually it's got a 2.87 pulley, which actually should make about 12 to 13 pounds of boost. That's a little bit more than I'm gonna run, but we're actually gonna put a wastegate on the charge pipe so we can actually manage the boost and have it come on a little bit sooner to reach 8 to 10 pounds, depending on how much I wanna run. Just change out the springs. A buddy of mine's got a precision wastegate we're gonna use, so gonna get that welded onto the charge pipe so we can manage the boost levels a little bit, get them 8 to 10 pounds, see where we land at as far as power goes. And in the words of Cletus McFarland, we're gonna let her rip, Tater Chip.
We're gonna do it for Dale.
We can have some barrel skis and spread Mustang cheer and bald eagles everywhere. So yeah, that's the build. Should hopefully go together relatively easy. The bracket and everything like that, I already have the blower on, so just gotta bolt it to the front of the motor, see what hits, what doesn't. Run the charge piping, mount the intercooler. Actually comes with an oil cooler too, which is kind of cool. Get that mounted up. And then that's how we're gonna put the mass air meter. And yeah, so we also might add a few little odds and ends as we go, just for S's and G's.
Yeah. We'll do another video breaking down the whole kit and everything.
Yeah, so we'll go piece by piece and tell you where I picked what up from, and then kind of list out the prices, so that way you too can actually replicate the kit. It's really easy. Maybe 3 or 4 different vendors for things. Picked up a bunch of stuff and it should be relatively easy for you to replicate. So that'll be really cool for you guys to see.
You've never resprayed this car, right? Just the bumper, I guess, right?
So the front clip, because of the bumper, got repainted. So the hood, front bumper, and front fenders were repainted and blended into the doors. But from underneath the mirrors to the back of the car is all original paint.
Yeah, it's very clean. I would say for a 2002, it's probably the cleanest one I've seen.
It's 167,000 miles on the car. So, but yeah, and it's got the top's been replaced. The interior is all 100% original, so it's actually turned out pretty good.
I thought you were gonna do a roll cage too. Are you gonna do a roll cage?
If we have time in the spring, it'll get a roll cage from Westy's Space Mountain Supercars.
What? Is that his name now?
That's his Instagram handle, yeah.
Oh, all right.
So
You know him from
Right's channel, Guitarmageddon ZL1,
Street
Street 717's done a few things with Westy, him
He's
installing
always
seats,
bailing out
seats and stuff.
Diablo Formula Racing, Andy and those guys.
So
They're right next door.
So I actually have some fun ideas planned for the cage. It has a classic design concepts light bar in it right now, which it really sets off the look of the car. Makes
Pretty
it
much
look
necessary.
Yeah. So we're actually going to do a roll cage that's hopefully going to mimic the design of the light bar.
With like square tubing, well not square, but like
We're going to
rectangular
do, hopefully we're going to do 2 main hoops.
tubing. Yeah.
And then we're going to connect
yeah.
them with the riveted gusseting
Uh-huh.
that you usually see on the A
That's
pillars up
pretty
here. So that way it'll go the whole way around and that'll be paint matched to the interior color, which is peanut butter beige.
That's pretty
So,
neat. I like that.
you know, you might also see some wheels and stuff like that going on because everybody loves to buy car parts with tax return money. So we'll see what happens. So, but yeah, I literally, you know, in the shop in the office, I've got all the parts to go on. We finally have heat in the garage, so as soon as we can muster up some time here after I get the motor and get it on the engine stand, start tearing apart the 4-valve so I can get it down to a bare block. It'll be going under the knife, the front bumper will be off, front wheels will be off, it'll be up in the air, just getting everything put on the car. So ideally, I mean, the kit should go together with a professional mechanic, which I am definitely not. This is the first big project I'm actually undertaking, like trying to DIY.
We just play mechanics on TV.
Yeah, we just act. So this will be the first big project I'm actually undertaking with the car. So we'll drop the tank, we'll bolt on the blower, everything. The blower kit should go on, you know, in an afternoon on a Saturday, and then running the lines for the fuel system.
So like 3 weeks. So if normal people take an afternoon, we'll probably get it done in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's probably true. But it
Set the expectations low, so that way when you beat them, then you're happy. You know, less disappointment that way.
I like to be aggressive. I like to set high standards for myself. So
That's a life of a salesman.
It really should go together pretty easy. I mean, it's a 2-valve bracket. I don't have any bracket or anything. All the pieces are there. So we just have to get the blower mounted. I do have to take the oil pan off and send it down to AutoFab down in Maryland. A buddy of mine's going to weld on the oil bung for the oil return because it is an oil-fed blower. I got, you know, a V1 Vortec, which is their smaller one. It does have the straight cut gears, so it's not the SQ trim, it's the S trim, so it'll be a little bit louder at idle. But you know, if you find a V2, V3, any of the newer, later Vortec head units, those are actually self-contained, most of them, and you won't have to run the oil lines, which will save you a lot of headache. But I just found a great deal on my blower, so went with the oil-fed unit, and we're gonna send it.
All right. Stay tuned and hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Also hit that notification bell because that way you can stay up to date when we do the new videos on this. And just remember, if you got a fast car like us, you better bring it. It's getting like 30 minutes.
1, 2, 3.